guys, it's Nikki. So I'm wearing my new dress. Oh, and I dropped it. It's Vogue 8577. I made this view A, right here. I am wearing it. I will insert a video of that well, not right here. I think I'm gonna wait a minute because I got some complaints to make. Okay, so this is the dress that I made the muslin for in my last video, and I took some notes. So you know what, there's a lot to say here. We got a lot to unpack with this thing. I cut a size 12 in the bodice, graded out to a 14 at the waist, made the muslin. The buttons wouldn't meet, so I gave myself a 2-inch full bust adjustment. Well, I gave myself a 1-inch per boob bust adjustment because it was off by 2 inches in the middle. Okay, then I made a second muslin and tested it, and everything was fine. So I went ahead and cut out my fabric, which is Maggie London Cotton Floral Silhouette Lawn. This was $4 a yard, and I had 6 yards of it. So this is a pattern that takes a lot of fabric, so beware. So I did that, and also there's a lining for the whole thing, so I cut that out as well. And at first I was like, I don't need a lining for this skirt. This fabric isn't sheer, so you know, I think I'm just gonna line the bodice. And so I didn't cut out the skirt lining. Well, then I'm glad I read through the instructions, because you kind of have to, because the lining is involved in the pocket construction. So you have to have it, basically. So I went back and cut out the lining, and then what happened? So, on the lining of the bodice, it gives you the same gathers as the shell of the bodice, and I wanted it to sit a little flatter on the inside, so I took that same gathered area and I just made a flat little set of like pleats instead. That way it didn't add any extra bulk up here. So what else did I do? This fabric was really easy to sew with. I made a note of that. Fantastic. Cotton lawn is great. I did use Kittenish Behavior. She has her name is Sean, and she has a YouTube channel called Kittenish Behavior. I used her tutorial for this dress for a lot of parts of it, because the instructions on this thing are not, you know, the best I've ever seen. There were a couple of tricky parts, and I was like, you know what, I just kind of want to see someone else do this. And her tutorial is pretty spot on. Now, so when she was cutting out her pattern, she was talking about the facing piece and lengthening the tip of it. And I'm not going to dig it out of the bag because it would take 100 years. But basically, there is a facing right here, right? And so it should meet up here, but it doesn't. It stops like right there. I will actually show you that. So see this right here? It's just done right there. So she lengthened it up so that it would get sewn into the lining. I thought she seems crazy and there's no reason to do this, so I didn't do it, and now I wish that I had, because now it doesn't meet. So that happened, and then, but that's okay, I can live with that. And then I so a lot of things went wrong. I'm having some feelings about this dress, and they aren't good ones. Basically, my hem on this dress is just chaotic. We'll call it chaotic. At some point I quit looking. I was kind of doing like a hybrid between looking and reading at the instructions that I had right in front of my stupid face and watching the video tutorial, and somehow I was like skipping steps all over the place. So the part where you hem the lining, okay, so first of all, that didn't go great. I did not pay enough attention to the instructions there, so my lining hem is not great. I don't know how to explain what I did there. Like, it's too long in some spots and too short in others. I think maybe I might have like put a pattern piece on wrong. I don't know. And then, which in turn makes the hem for the shell freaking crazy. Like, it's shorter in the, like, I don't know how I did it, but it is shorter in the front than it is in the back. Like, the actual hem itself. Like, I was trying to get it level, and in the leveling process, I thought that's what I was doing, you know, because my booty takes up more room, right? So when I was trying to level this hem out, it ended up, once I put it on again, like, I kept checking it, and then once I put it on for like the final, like, the hem is done, it's crazy. It's way too short in the front. So I was like, oh, what? So yeah, that happened. And then what else went wrong? I'm having some trouble up here, right? So there's gathers right here at the shoulder seam. And those are great, and they were perfect on the muslin, but I'm pretty sure it's my armhole finishing that's making, like, the gathers, like, stop right at the boob, right at the top of the boob, and then it's not tight, but it's smooth across the boob. So then I have this puff here. Like, here, I'm gonna turn to the side because I won't fix it, I promise. Look at this. Like, oh my God, hang on. Okay. Do you see what's happening right here? It's like I have a second pair of boobs on top of my actual boobs. Do you see that? So I end up having to pull it down, and then it kind of sits better, right? And I think it's the, oh, whoa. I think I had to take the armhole binding out several times, and it still isn't sitting right. And I might just take it all out one last time and just turn it under and stitch it, like, basically hem, instead of using a binding on it, because it is not, like, it just won't go right. Like, I took both armhole, like, you know how I don't like ripping my seams apart. So that was saying something, that I did it twice, and it's still, like, I think that's what's causing it to, like, keep the gathers up here, because it's right around the bottom curve of the armhole that's just not sitting right. Anyways, I don't know how I feel about it. I'm gonna put in the video right. Oh, one other thing. So the waist, I don't get it. Like, part of me wants to say, did I put the pattern pieces upside down, because there's a taper to it, but I feel like it goes like this, right? So I have, like, this weird spot, like here, where it's a little bit big. Like, I could probably take it in a little bit. Now, I tried this thing on while I was sewing it, so I don't get why I'm having problems now. So now I feel bad that I made a muslin video, and I was like, hey guys, you should do this so that your finished project will turn out great. And then here I am in this soup sandwich of a dress. Anyways, look, I'm gonna stop whining, complaining. Maybe it's not as bad as it is in my head. And honestly, like, I don't really care about a wavy hem. The skirt's kind of, like, full enough where I can ignore it, and I don't think anyone other than fellow sewing people will feel the need to point that out to me, and I'll just, you know, wear it with pride. But I do think I'm gonna have to, this is driving me crazy, because I keep having to, like, yank it down to get it to sit in the right spot. And like I said, I'm pretty sure the armhole, plus the armhole binding is so crappy. It's just so bad. And like I said, I tried to get this thing to lay flat, and it just wouldn't. So I think I'm gonna take it off and, like, redo that part of it. So anyways, look, I'm gonna throw this video in here, even though I don't even want to show you. Okay. what'd you think? Tell me down in the comment section. How bad is it really, guys? It's okay. You can tell me, I can take it. Also, one more thought on this. So I love this print. I really, really, really like it. And I love the swish of the skirt, and I do love the cut of this dress. So I am interested in saving it. But I'm just curious, did you guys have this problem here? Has anyone sewn this? Am I the only one? I know I'm not the only one, but if you have, like, did that happen to you? Was it the bias binding? Am I just being a terror? Like, am I just not good at this? I don't know. And then the other thing I was thinking was, I used to have this really like wide red patent leather belt, and I was just thinking, God, I wish I still had that, because how perfect would a big wide patent leather red belt be right here. I have, let me grab it. I have one of these like stretchy ones right here, and I think that does wonders for this dress. And I almost wish I would have made this waistband in like a contrasting color, like a black. I wish I would have done that, because I think that would have looked pretty cool. But I can always put a belt on it. I just wish I had that red one. I don't know what happened to it. I think it got like old and crappy because I wore it a lot. So what do you guys think? Yeah, like I said, I'm having some feelings here, and I don't enjoy having feelings. So let me know what you think. I need some like real talk honesty time. Just don't be mean. Okay. All right. That's it. That's all I've got. Bye.